in this video we are going to be looking at revising a named example of coastal management on a stretch of coastline. And we have been looking at Bognor Regis. So along Bognor Regis coast, which looks roughly like this, you will find a series of wooden groins which are built perpendicular to the coast. And in between these wooden groins we also have a series of rock groins. So we have two types of groins that are found at Bognor Regis. Now, why do we have groins found along this stretch of coastline? They are to defend against the process of longshore drift. So longshore drift is the movement of sediment along the coastline. Now, the direction of the swash is controlled by the prevailing wind, which arrives from the southwest, and it pushes the swash, the forward movement of the waves, up onto the beach, and then they return via gravity 90 degrees, and then this is continually repeated along the coast. And so the movement is from west to east along the stretch of coastline. Now, as the waves are moving up and down, they take sediment with them, so pebbles and shingle and sand. These groins are designed to trap that sediment against the groins, therefore maintaining the beach for the land at Bognor Regis. Now, this is important, one, because it creates a large beach which is attractive to tourists, and so people visit Bognor Regis every year for the large beach, and also the most sunshine hours in the United Kingdom. Fact, check the Met Office. And it builds up the large beach, which acts as a natural sea defence, absorbing energy from waves, protecting the valuable land behind. The other type of sea defence that you will find at Bognor Regis is all the way along this stretch of coast is a very, very large concrete sea wall, which has a very specific design. It has been built, the most recent version, because we've had seawalls at Bognor for a long time, a recurved edge. So when the waves arrive, particularly the destructive waves in storms and in winter, the energy is directed back out to sea, therefore protecting the integrity of your seawall so that it stays there for a much longer period of time than just a straight seawall. Energy goes back out to sea, protecting the land behind. These are types of hard engineering. They are expensive to build, but they are effective in protecting this stretch of coastline and other stretches of coastline where they're used. Seawalls cost millions of pounds. I think Bognor Regis was about 5.5 when it was built in the 90s, all the way along the stretch of coastline. Each wooden groin is about £10,000. The rock groins, which was built from rock from Norway, is significantly more expensive. So why are these sea defences justified along Bognor Regis? One, we have a major road that runs along Bognor Regis seafront, and all the way along this stretch we have land that is used for a variety of important reasons. There's tourism, recreation, we have leisure and residential, all the way along the front. The relatively new Esplanade complex, you will be paying anything up to £500,000 plus for a 2-bedroom flat in this complex. So it just demonstrates the land values are incredibly high along this stretch, justifying the high expenditure on the sea defences here. Bognor is also famous for butlins, and this is the site of Bognor butlins. And you can see we've got the large rock groins in front of Bognor butlins to protect this area. You may be familiar with the large peaks of Bognor butlins, where they have their huge entertainment complex. It is incredibly important to Bognor Regis. 850 staff are employed, and every year around 400,000 people visit Bognor Regis butlins. and that obviously has knock-on effects. People don't just stay in Butlins, but they'll visit other areas and other facilities in the local area, driving the multiplier effect. So it has huge economic impacts for the town. So you can see why we have got these very large hard engineering techniques built at Bognor Regis. However, there's always two sides to every story. There are consequences, effects of these defences. One, yes, it protects the land, excellent, positive effects. However, because you are preventing sediment from carrying on its journey along the coastline, the next settlement, or Feltham village, is receiving less sediment than it used to. And as a result, they have also had to build a series of coastal defences. They also have a smaller seawall, they have rock groins, and they have some rock armour as well to protect them from the coast. So there is consequences of having defences built in one place to further along the coast. So that is your example of coastal management at Bognor Regis.